We have left behind an important year for world history. It has been a year of very crucial developments in terms of politics, economy, technology, and international relations. So, what about in terms of cinema? In 2024, hundreds of movies were released worldwide. Of course, some of them were disappointing, while others achieved tremendous box office success. If you are ready, I would like to list the 10 movies of 2024 that have achieved the most box office success worldwide. Number 10. Mufasa: The Lion King. The film, written by Jeff Nathanson and directed by Barry Jenkins, opened in cinemas on December 20th, 2024. It has been one of the most popular films of the year in the animation category, taking the audience to a time before the events of the 2019 movie. The film focuses on the leadership process of our hero Mufasa and his relationship with his brother Taka. Despite its recent release, the film has already become the 10th most watched of 2024, with a gross of $476,400,931. It is poised to continue generating significant box office revenue for Walt Disney Pictures in 2025. Number 9. Venom: The Last Dance. The film, written and directed by Kelly Marcel, represents the final installment of the Venom trilogy. Tom Hardy, who plays the character of Eddie Brock, delivers an impressive performance. In the concluding movie, Venom and Eddie Brock have now become accustomed to living as a single entity and are sought after in their own dimension and in other dimensions for their actions. The film was released on October 21st, 2024, initially in New York City, and it ranks 9th on the list with a box office gross of $476,857,448. Number 8. Kung Fu Panda 4. Po, the lovable panda who heroically fought and saved the world in the previous movies of the Kung Fu Panda franchise, is now the leader of the Valley of Peace. However, the peace of the valley will soon be disturbed. The film's screenplay was written by Darren Lemke, and it was directed by Mike Mitchell. The film's voice cast includes Jack Black, Ian McShane, Dustin Hoffman, James Hong, Bryan Cranston, as well as newcomers Ke Huy Quan, Ronny Chieng, Laurie Tan Chin, and Viola Davis. The film was released on March 8, 2024, and has grossed $547,689,492 at the global box office, making it the 8th highest-grossing film of 2024. Number 7. Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. The film, a sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong, 2021, attracted the attention of science fiction aficionados with its spectacular visual effects and action scenes. The film was co-written by Terry Rossio, Simon Barrett, and Jeremy Slater, and was directed by Adam Wingard. Notable actors appearing in the film include Rebecca Hall, Brian Tyree Henry, Dan Stevens, Kaylee Hottle, Alex Ferns, and Fala Chen. The dynamic between Godzilla and Kong, who were depicted as adversaries in the previous film, is transformed into a collaborative effort to protect humanity and their own species in this installment. The film, which premiered on March 25, 2024, and was released in cinemas across the USA on March 29, 2024, has garnered significant attention and acclaim, amassing a box office gross of $571,750,016. Number 6. Wicked. The film Wicked, which transports its audience to the realm of fairy tales, is the film adaptation of the musical of the same name, which has been staged on Broadway for many years and boasts a significant fan base. The film focuses on the story of Elphaba, the Good Witch, and Glinda, known as the Wicked Witch, telling the story before The Wizard of Oz. The screenplay for the film was written by Winnie Holzman and Dana Fox, and the direction was overseen by John M. Chu. Additionally, Elphaba Throp was played by Cynthia Erivo, and Galinda Upland by Ariana Grande Butera in the film. The film was released in U.S. cinemas on November 22, 2024, and it has grossed $681,256,000 in the short period of time following its release. Number 5. Dune Part 2. Premiered on February 6, 2024 at the Auditorio Nacional, Dune Part 2 is the sequel to the movie Dune, released in 2021 and based on Frank Herbert's cult novel of the same name. Co-written by Denis Villeneuve and Jon Spaihts, and directed by Denis Villeneuve, the movie has managed to attract the intense interest of science fiction lovers. Additionally, the movie was produced by Legendary Pictures and distributed by Warner Bros. Pictures. The movie, which is about the events that take place right after the events that took place in the first movie, managed to appeal to both the eyes and the ears with the magnificent music by Hans Zimmer. Moreover, the movie stars Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, Josh Brolin, Austin Butler, Florence Pugh, and others. The box office gross of Dune Part 2, the fifth most watched film worldwide in 2024, is $714,444,358. Number 4. Moana 2. Released on November 27, 2024 in the U.S., Moana 2 is the sequel to the 2016 hit Moana. Moana, who saved the heart of Oceania in the first movie, goes even deeper this time and encounters a call from her ancestors. Co-written by Jared Bush and Dana Ledoux Miller, the movie is directed by David Derrick Jr., Jason Hand, and Dana Ledoux Miller. Pushing the boundaries of animation technology, the characters are voiced and brought to life by Oli E. Cravalho, Dwayne Johnson, Walalai Chung, and Rose Matafeo. Moana 2, which attracted great interest from children all over the world, managed to become one of the most watched animated movies of 2024. The movie managed to gross $960,452,483 in the short time it was released. Considering that the movie will continue to be in theaters in 2025, it seems possible that it will reach much higher box office revenues and make much happier Walt Disney Animation Studios. Number 3. Despicable Me 4. The third place on the list is Despicable Me 4, which is also an animated movie. This last movie of the Despicable Me series is the sequel to Despicable Me 3, which was released in 2017. Co-written by Mike White and Ken Dorio, and directed by Chris Renaud, the movie managed to attract the attention of both adults and children with its comedy elements. The characters are voiced and brought to life by Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig, Pierre Coffin, Joey King, Miranda Cosgrove, Stephen Colbert, Sofia Vergara, and Will Ferrell. As with the other films in the Despicable Me franchise, Despicable Me 4 is a co-production of Universal Pictures and Illumination Entertainment. The film, that released in theaters across the U.S. on July 3, 2024, has grossed $969,126,452 at the worldwide box office. Number 2. Deadpool and Wolverine. Second on the list is a movie from the now iconic Marvel Cinematic Universe. Deadpool and Wolverine is a sequel to the previous films Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2. In the movie, Wade Wilson, Deadpool, has left his days as a mercenary behind and is trying to live an ordinary life. But then, out of the blue, something unexpected happens, and Wade has to get his old friend Wolverine to help him fight off the threat. Deadpool tries to convince Wolverine, who isn't too keen, and in the end, they have to work together. The film's full of action-packed scenes, Deadpool's witty banter, and an interesting dynamic between the two characters. The film, that released on July 26, 2024 in theaters in the U.S., was written by a large team, including Ryan Reynolds, Rhett Reese, Paul Wernick, Zeb Wells, and Sean Levy. Sean Levy, who also contributed greatly to the script, was in the director's chair. Ryan Reynolds, another name who contributed to the script of the movie, shares the lead role with Hugh Jackman. The film, produced by Marvel Studios, Maximum Effort, and 21 Laps Entertainment, is one of only 2 films of 2024 to reach 10-digit grosses. It achieved a worldwide box office gross of exactly $1,388,073,645. Number 1. Inside Out 2. Yes, the most watched movie of 2024 is an animated movie. The sequel to Inside Out, the movie is the result of Pixar Animation Studios' animation prowess. The movie was written by Meg LeFauve and Dave Holstein. Kelsey Mann was in the director's chair. The voice cast of the movie includes Amy Poehler, Maya Hawke, Kensington Tallman, Liza Lapira, Tony Hale, Lewis Black, Phyllis Smith, Ayo Edebiri, Lilimar, Grace Liu, Sumaya Nuruddin Green. The second movie in the series tells the story of Riley's adolescence, a new period in her life. The movie explores the complexity of the mind and the development of emotions in a fun and thought-provoking way. With its content about family relationships, the movie managed to attract the attention of both adults and children, and this success was also reflected at the box office. The film that released on June 14, 2024, became the most watched and highest-grossing movie of 2024, with a box office gross of $1,698,778,437. It seems that animated movies have dominated the market with the effect of developing technology. Science fiction movies are also the favorites of 2024. So what do you think was the best movie of 2024? Do these movies I listed in the video deserve to be in the top 10? Please don't forget to share in the comments. Thank you for watching.